What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hall of Nerds podcast. I'm Nate.
I'm Carson.
And I'm Noah.
And thanks for tuning in and nerding out with us. We're going to start this episode out with some more questions from our Discord. So if you want to ask us some questions, you want to hang out, you want to join the community, join the Discord down below in the description. But we're going to start it off. First question we got is, what is the most overrated, overhated, and underrated character in Marvel and DC? One from each universe per question. So we'll start with overhated. Who do you guys think is the most overhated DC character? Overhated?
I mean, I even hate on him. It's probably Red Hood.
Yeah,
that's
at least from what I
top
see
of
on
my
the
head, I was
internet.
kind of gonna go Batman. Like he's definitely not. He's kind of like all of them.
People
Yeah.
love to hate him.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
love
Like
to
people
hate him.
Yeah.
love Batman. I love Batman, but people also very much love to hate him. But
It's Red Hood. for me.
overhated. Red Hood
I think it's Red
probably.
Hood.
It's Red Hood.
Because he's even hated by the freaking publisher. He's hated by the fans. He's hated by
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I know.
the fans
I know,
voted
I know.
to kill him. The publisher was down.
Can't believe this, bro.
Yeah, we'll go. I think I could agree with that. What about overhated from Marvel?
Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Yes.
So
yes.
overhated.
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. It's tough.
Dude, and even like
Partially just because I can't think of many Marvel heroes who are hated a ton.
Yeah.
But Sam Wilson's Cap.
You know what? Actually, and like I'm even a culprit of this a little bit. I'm gonna go with Wanda.
yeah.
I'm a culprit of
honest.
hating on her and stuff, but like
I never hated on
she is
Wanda.
definitely
you know what I'm saying?
overhated. Like people go above and beyond. They just
For
hate her
sure.
just because of the MCU and because of their fan base and stuff. But all right, overrated DC character. Could also be Batman. But I'm gonna say overrated. That's a tough one because we're DC fans, so it's like none of them are overrated.
Yeah, that's what
They're
I
all
was gonna
goated.
say.
well, like
Yeah.
and like they really aren't, because like a lot of DC characters don't get runs, so like they're not overrated.
Yeah,
You know, so like
overrated. Let's go. I kind of want to just say
Night
for
Rider.
those watching, it's not Superman. If you're saying
no,
Superman,
facts.
you're
Absolutely
wrong.
not. It's
Facts.
not.
Yeah, that's
not
tough.
Superman.
Marvel, overrated Marvel character. I'm gonna go with overrated Marvel character is
They're
It's
tough either
man.
way.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't want. I'm gonna say Iron Man strictly because he's not really that overrated, but like the MCU,
He wouldn't be as
like,
popular
yeah,
without
exactly.
the movies. He wouldn't be as popular.
That's kind of a
That's
cop out, but that's
true.
all. That's gonna be my reasoning. And then,
Yeah.
all right, lastly, we got underrated DC character.
I'm gonna say, as of recent, Barry Allen Flash. Nobody.
I gotta go.
nobody gives him love.
Recently, bro, City Boy. Put
Big
City
facts.
Boy in a
Big
freaking
facts.
comic book.
Yeah, as far as
I need to pick
underrated
up the
now, I
trade.
can go crazy on underrated. I mean, yeah, City
There's
Boy,
a lot.
Martian Manhunter. Yeah, man, so many underrated characters,
Kyle
but those-
Rayner.
Facts. Yep.
Those will be my top two, I guess I'll say. Off the top of my
Yeah.
head. City
I need to
Boy
get that
and
City Boy
Martian
trade.
Manhunter.
I need to get that trade.
Overrated or underrated from Marvel. I'm gonna say Blade, and I'm gonna say
Facts.
Hulk.
Exactly.
Hulk
Exactly.
definitely isn't that underrated overall, like the history of comics, but more recently because
Yeah.
of the MCU and stuff. So, but
think-
definitely I'm gonna go Blade.
I think I'm gonna say. That's hard, actually. Low key Nightcrawler a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that. as well.
Nightcrawler's not as loved as
Yeah,
he should be.
doesn't
Yeah.
get too many runs or anything like that. I definitely
No.
agree. And then I'm gonna add one. I'm gonna say underhated is both Iron Man and Reed Richards.
Oh, you think they should be hated more?
Yes, it's particularly Reed Richards. I think Reed is a dope character and everything, but I think a lot of people don't really know that he's done some like really fucked up things.
I gotta go Hank Pym. Hank
Same
Pym,
with
Hank
him,
Pym.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, I play. They're still great. They're still great. Next question. Any ongoings we're thinking of dropping?
I can answer that. I
Yeah.
dropped almost every ongoing Marvel book that's not Ultimate Universe or Spider-Man related.
Yeah.
There you go. I can say, but it's been pretty top of mind for me. I've been struggling with whether or not to drop Wonder Woman. I haven't
Well,
been loving it. I don't hate it, but I'm behind and I don't feel the need to catch up. So I think I might drop it, but
with me,
that'll probably be for me.
that's a hard question for me because I'm pretty sure me and Stu were talking about this on Discord. I purged my pulls like heavily like a month ago just because I was like, dude, I'm not feeling like half the stuff I'm picking up.
Yeah,
I
facts.
picked up ASM, dropped it, picked it up again, dropped it again.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
drop stuff all the time. So, but like
Yeah.
the book that I'm still picking up that I'm like considering dropping is definitely Wonder Woman.
I would only
I
Next,
say
think
to hold on
or-
to it just for absolute power. After
yeah,
I
that,
was
but
gonna say that too, because
that's the
that's
only
kind
reason
of
I'm holding on to it.
Yeah.
Like where I
that's
don't
kind of
want to
how I
read it.
feel about Shazam. Loki. It just doesn't
Shazam's
have the
another one.
magic.
I'm behind. I'm
It just
behind and I
doesn't
haven't
have the
felt the need to
magic
catch
it
up.
did with Wade and Moore. Like
Yeah.
it's not. It's yeah.
But next up, top 3 comics of 2024 so far. Off the top of my head, number 1, I'm gonna go with the One Hand Six Fingers.
yes.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with Transformers, and then number 3, I'm gonna go with it's
I
tough.
know mine.
I got mine too.
3, I'll probably go with World's Finest because Kingdom Come Arc was still beginning of this year, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
So
was.
those are gonna be
It
my
was.
top
Yeah.
3 so far. Definitely could change.
I think. Okay. My top one. It was Ultimate Spider-Man until the Ultimates came out, and I like the Ultimates better right now. So that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
number one this year. My number 2 is probably World's Finest. Same reason, dude. The Kingdom Come arc was
And the
just
Imp arc was still
amazing.
great too.
It was pretty
definitely
good,
enjoyed it. Weakest arc so far, but still great.
definitely. And then my number 3, my number 3 is a toss up. It's either Void Rivals or Geiger, and they're like right here for
Oh
me.
yeah, wait, I'm stupid. Rook Exodus.
Yeah.
Rook
Yeah, dude,
Exodus.
that's what I was gonna say. Rook Exodus is number one for
Rook
me.
Exodus.
Rook Exodus is number one for me.
Rook
personally.
Exodus, One Hand Six Fingers, Transformers.
Yeah. I got Rook Exodus. It's a toss up for number 2 between Transformers and Nightwing. I think I'm gonna give it to Transformers though. If I'm doing that, then I got to tie Nightwing and World's Finest for number 3. I can't choose between those
That's
two.
fair. That's
just
fair.
because Tom Taylor's Nightwing has made me love Nightwing again, and I don't think that's a feeling that I can replicate anywhere else.
That's totally
Yeah.
fair. But
Because for the longest time, I thought Nightwing was overrated, like crazy overrated. And then I read this, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
There we
I
go.
understand. So
yeah, I'm reading so many books that are all so good though. So there's
That's what I'm
probably something
saying.
else I'm forgetting
That's
about.
a hard
but
question.
Great time to be a comic fan. Great.
Another hard question coming up. Gonna be another one just gonna have to rip off the dome. Now with Deadpool and Wolverine out, what are your guys' top 5 favorite comic book movies?
Okay, let me get my notes out.
Okay,
I got them all listed.
Off the dome.
I'm going off the
off the
dome
dome?
too.
Off the
Yeah,
dome?
I'm going
Okay,
off
okay,
the
okay.
dome.
Off the dome, Spider-Man 2, Dark Knight, Infinity War, Across the Spider-Verse, and Flashpoint Paradox. That's off the dome though. I could just be completely tripping.
So we're we're counting animated as well.
Yeah.
comic book movie.
Okay.
Okay, bet.
I got Logan,
W.
Mask of the Phantasm,
Ooh.
Captain America Winter Soldier. Oh, dude, this is hard. Flashpoint and Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
W.
Yeah.
Uh,
Number 1 for me, Spider-Man 1, first one. 2. I'm gonna go Dark Knight at 2, The Batman at 3, 4 Under the Red Hood, and 5. I'm saying Infinity War. I'm saying Infinity War at 5.
Nice.
And that's
That's
off the
hard,
top
bruh.
of
And
the
an and
dome.
an
That's off the dome.
extremely heavy honorable mention. Probably top 5, but I just ripped it off the dome and it wasn't included. But Blade 1.
Yeah.
But
I rewatched that yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Hey,
Bro.
I
that's
think I'm gonna
it-
rewatch it today.
It's
Dude.
the first comic book movie I ever watched. I absolutely love Blade.
Crazy opening sequence, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
All right. What is your favorite comic event you have read from each of the big 2?
Okay.
Ooh, it's a good question, actually.
DC is easily Flashpoint,
Flashpoint.
if you consider it an event. Most do.
That's fair.
I do. It's my favorite DC comic. It's my favorite comic book of all time, so it's definitely going to be my favorite event. And then I'm going to go with from Marvel. It's tough on what it's just like, what do you consider an event? So, but I'll go with not as easy for Marvel.
I think I know my DC one.
I got both of mine, man.
My DC one's like a
It's tough, man, because it's very rare that an event from the big 2 is bad. You know what I mean? It's very rare that the event is just trash. Besides Night Terrors, that was atrocious.
yeah. We don't talk about that though.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Flashpoint and God, it's tough. I'm gonna go Flashpoint and Avengers versus X-Men, I think, if you
That's
consider
fair.
that an event. But it's like, is that an event? Like,
Kinda is.
if not, though,
low-key.
I'll go either Civil War or Secret Wars
yeah.
2, the Hickman one.
Dude, yeah. Oh, man.
But not Secret Wars 2, because that's also a thing.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Just the second Secret Wars.
My DC book is a tie between 3, and it's Infinite Crisis, Dark Crisis,
Really?
yeah.
I
and
like
Crisis
I really
on-
liked Dark Crisis. Infinite Earth.
I love Dark Crisis.
I
and
do-
then
I really
Crisis on
liked it,
Infinite
yeah.
Earths.
I
But
thought Dark Crisis was a great one of the best
they all-
crises in recent years.
they all do something to different characters that I love. Like it's
Yeah.
just too hard to pick one because like Dark Crisis makes John and Nightwing like they shine in that whole
Yeah.
little 7-issue thing.
100%.
both shine.
Yeah.
But then like Infinite Crisis gave us Blue Beetle Jaime Reyes. So like that's goated.
Yo, nah, for real. It's tough. That's a tough one. But yeah, Flashpoint. I'll just say Flashpoint Secret Wars.
And then my
but
Marvel
definitely
one,
Flashpoint.
my Marvel one is easily King in Black. That
That's-
shit was so fucking fire.
Damn, I kind of wasn't even thinking of that.
Yeah.
Or maybe even like Infinity Saga.
That's what I was about to say. Mine is Flashpoint and then Infinity Saga, because I went and read the Infinity Saga after I saw Infinity War.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
It's so much different too. It's crazy.
it really is. It's almost not even like
It's
not
like
the
they
same
took
story,
the
bro.
concept.
It's just
and
like Thanos, you got the gauntlet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, where were we? Top 3 most anticipated comic book runs later in the year and or next year.
I've already got my
Yeah,
3.
I already know. I already know.
Everything absolute, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
But then off the dome, I've been really looking forward to the Green Lantern Dark book that got announced earlier this year by Tate Bromwell and Weather Deladera.
Yeah.
I need
Super
that
psyched
DNA
for that.
cover.
Yes, I'm super psyched for that one. What else? What else am I excited for this year?
New Gods, bruh. New
Oh, fuck,
Gods,
yes.
bro.
New
That is
Gods,
my
New Gods,
most
100% New
anticipated
Gods.
book, bro.
Justice
Oh,
League
my
Dark
gosh.
or Green Lantern Dark, New Gods,
Green Lantern.
and then I'm gonna say Justice League Unlimited, the Dan Mora,
Yeah.
Mark Waid.
Yeah.
I think I have the same 3, honestly.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Boom, son.
Because like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of just looping the absolute universe together. Like I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for every single number 1,
Yeah.
but obviously one of them is going to outshine the
Ooh.
rest.
You know, I'm
Right.
gonna say though, of all, what about this? What is the absolute universe title that you are most excited for? Mine, I don't know anything about it, but it's Martian Manhunter. I'm so fucking
That's
glad he's
I'm
finally getting another run.
Mine's either Flash or Green Lantern. I've heard
Yeah.
that Green Lantern is going to focus on Joe, John, and Hal. So like that kind of gets me excited. It's not just going to be one Lantern.
Yeah, that is
But
dope.
then like the Flash book, like Wally might be the original.
Especially with some of the stuff we were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were
the
saying
negative
like
Speed Force.
if Barry never became the Flash, and so Wally is the first Flash, he's the one who gets struck and everything like that. Obviously he does, but like he's the first one. And it's kind of like and because of that, Eobard Thawne doesn't have Barry to terrorize, so he terrorizes Wally. But in that sense, Wally doesn't have Barry as that like
yeah,
exactly, as that. He'll still have him in his life, but he's just his uncle, you know.
I kind of like the idea,
and it can be as
of
similar
like,
to like Spider-Man take Uncle
yeah,
Ben, Uncle Barry gets
dude.
murked or something like that, and that's a big thing
and he lives with
for
Aunt Iris, bro.
Wally and stuff. And I could see like that photo they released of Absolute Flash where it looks like the negative Speed Force is like possessing him. I could totally see, given that he's not gonna have that influence from Barry, at least in the Flash aspect. He's gonna be the first Flash. He's not gonna have that time as a sidekick and looking up to Barry. I think Eobard might be able to corrupt him a little bit. We might get a little bit of an evil Wally, at least for a little bit, or at least maybe a darker version, an anti-hero version or something, a Red Hood
That's
version.
another thing about this universe that's kind of cool is like we don't know what could happen in any character, but I think Bruce Wayne is like confirmed to be 27. And the cool thing is like he adopts Dick Grayson when he's like, I think 28 or 29. So like if they pull something in this universe, we could get like an absolute Robin.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
Bro.
That would be very dope. All right, let's see what we got next. Favorite teen hero for characters that grew up to be an adult hero, just meeting them as teens. Example: Dick Grayson as Robin, not only not accounting for his time as Nightwing, strictly as Robin. So like their teenage years. Off the top of my head, I want to go.
I'm gonna be ultra specific.
Jaime.
I'm going Nightwing because to be fair, he was a teenager as Nightwing. So
there we go. So early Nightwing. I mean, because I was gonna say Peter, like Spider-Man.
I was about to say Ultimate Spider-Man is what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
that's
just
like
Ultimate Spider-Man is a grown-ass man.
No. I'm talking about like
yeah. There we go. I mean, Miles is a great shout. Static came to my mind. I love Static.
I like Kid Flash. I like Wally.
Yeah, Wally. Young,
honestly,
young
that's probably my
Kid
top
Flash.
one.
Ooh.
That's probably my top one. Kid Flash.
Ooh, yeah. And then as someone who's currently a teenager, I'll go with.
I'm gonna go City Boy. Isn't he a teenager?
Ooh, I think so. And if that's the case, then it's definitely him or Jaime.
Or Jaime might. No, he's not.
He might be 20s now. Yeah,
I think he's 21, 20. I think they changed it when
he went to
the movie came out.
Well, and when in the movie,
I think they built it around the movie coming
his graduation
out, graduation day.
He graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when he was a teen, definitely.
What about like a Marvel one outside Spider-Man?
I wanted to say Spider Boy, but I don't think is he the teenager yet?
No, I don't think he's a teenager. But
he
I
might be like
Miles.
13.
Yeah.
Miles.
I'd have to say Miles. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, Marvel doesn't really? I mean, Kamala
Toy Soldier count?
Miss Marvel.
All right, what's next? Who do you think is one overrated writer today and one underrated / overhated? Overrated writer, I think he's still great, but I'm gonna go with Tom King. I still think he's great, but some of his stuff misses for me. That's just off the dome. Underrated, I'm gonna go with Kelly Thompson for underrated. Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
And then wait, does it say overhated too or no?
Which is underrated / overhated.
Oh, word.
Overhated, I'd say Tom Taylor maybe, but he's definitely not underrated, I would say.
No, it's not
People
underrated, but he's so overhated. It's ridiculous.
But or maybe overrated. I'll also maybe loop Morrison in there a little bit. Just him and
Yeah.
Tom King, like they're held at such a high regard, but I feel like they've had some misses. But they're still great, and I still love. I mean, Mr. Miracle by Tom King is one of my favorite books of all time. And All Star
Tom King's a
Superman is
good
my
one.
favorite Superman book of all time. So
Yeah.
like, they're Grant Morrison and Tom King are both amazing.
It's
But
tough.
I think I'll say
I
Kelly
don't.
Thompson for underrated. And then artist, I'm gonna say Adrian Gutierrez for now, but he's about to be on World's Finest, so he's definitely not gonna be underrated for
Yeah.
that much longer.
Yeah.
All right, two more. How do you all feel about Skybound's Energon universe, and do you think it will be successful? I think it is successful. I think we're
It
going to get
is.
an entire
Yeah.
movie franchise out of it, and it
Yep.
is my personal favorite universe in comic books currently.
Yeah.
So
It's peak.
yes to everything.
And they just keep expanding it.
Yeah.
Yep. Cannot wait for the G.I. Joe book later this year.
Dude,
Ooh,
it's
that's
gonna be
another one of the
awesome.
most anticipated books of this year and stuff.
Right.
That G.I. Joe,
Facts.
that Joshua Williamson G.I. Joe. But all right, and then the last question for today from the Discord. Remember, if you want to ask questions like this that we'll answer here on the pod, drop in the Discord. Do you guys want to make your own comics? Of course.
Yeah.
I'd love to. It's just quite the
Yes.
process that I have not even thought about what that would entail and stuff like that. But I'd love to. Of course, I'd love
I've
to one day.
attempted it. I have half an issue planned out on my phone, but that's it. I haven't really gone back.
At my last job, I had a lot of like downtime when I first started. I had like 3 issues like scripted of this book that
There
I
you
wanted
go.
to do.
See, I'd almost if I were to be a comic book creator, I'd almost probably want to be a little bit more of a writer, or no, I mean an artist than a writer.
Yeah.
Me too.
Or like or an artist writer, like just
Or even
kinda
like
only just because
like a
but
colorist would be fun. Like, bro, I've always thought about that. You know how fun those people's
Yeah.
jobs are?
It's
Bro,
a
they be
coloring
sitting there
book.
You just
coloring
get
all
the
day,
color,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
100%.
that
But yeah,
is
I'd love
insane.
to. I don't like. I don't have any like set plans or anything to make a comic. I
Yeah.
don't have any characters, but I would definitely love to, and hopefully I do one day.
We talked about it like half a year ago as the Hall of Nerds. Maybe eventually
Doing like a shared
long
universe.
time
That'd be
away
sick.
from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Making
shared
a comic
universe.
book. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be super dope. And like the Hall of Nerds could be like our Hall of Justice or something like that. But
Yeah.
something to maybe think about in the future. But boom, like I said, Discord questions, pop down in the Discord if you want to ask us some questions, if you want to hang out, it's a good time. But there's a lot of stuff from San Diego Comic-Con that we kind of already touched on that came out right after we finished filming last week, so we could talk about it today. Starting off with, holy cow, RDJ is Dr. Doom. What the hell? Boy, what the hell?
I'm
there.
I'm optimistic about it, you know.
For
Like,
sure, for sure. I mean, RDJ
I
is
don't
great.
love it, but I love RDJ.
I'm 100%
so,
with you. Yeah,
I don't.
That's my exact feeling.
I don't think he's going to be our main Doctor Doom. Absolutely not.
I don't think
I
so.
probably don't think so either.
I would be I would be surprised if, I'm not saying his Doom dies or whatever, but I would be surprised if we didn't see his Doom leave and our real Doom get announced in the same movie. Like, I think that's definitely a possibility of some way, somehow. Just
I saw some things somewhere that people were thinking that maybe they're gonna cast like like a bunch of old MCU characters and Avengers and stuff like that to play evil versions of themselves, which would be
I
cool.
do remember seeing that.
That
Yeah,
would be cool. Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Chris
actually,
Evans could be like Captain Hydra or something. You know,
that would be crazy, bro.
That would
what
be
would
cool.
you do with the Hulk? Because I would just make him World Breaker Hulk or so. If it's a variant,
you can't. I would love it, but I feel like, in my opinion, you can't do World Breaker Hulk. He beats everyone.
Yeah.
That dude like mollywopped Sentry. Sentry beats almost anyone in the MCU right now. Almost.
Okay, but in a Secret Wars event, could he beat God Doom?
See, it's tough.
That would be something
I want to say yes.
Yeah,
I want to say
that
yes.
would be something I would love
because I
to
think
see.
the whole point, like the whole point about World Breaker Hulk, I feel like, was to showcase that Hulk has like pretty much unlimited power. Like, just as the angrier he gets, the more powerful he's going to be, and that was just like pure rage. And yeah, that dude, he was just no one stood a chance. That is a good one, but
What variant would you make the Hulk then? Like, well, if they're playing evil, variants of themselves, what would you do with the Hulk?
see, I don't know. Maybe do something like not canon. Maybe do something similar to the Ultimate Universe. Do something similar to the what was that shit called? Twilight, Avengers Twilight, where he was kind of like controlled. I think that could
Oh
be
yeah,
cool. Yeah,
that would be dope.
like I don't know. I mean, I was like, they just did Red Hulk. You could do Joe Fixit.
That'd be
You could do
interesting.
Joe. It's
But
not
he's
really
not-
an
he's not
evil
a bad
version.
guy,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But like, it's just a different version.
Yeah.
Just Gray
Um,
Hulk. Just Gray
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yeah. But knowing then, they just probably like wouldn't do Hulk. Or you could do Mark Ruffalo as leader or something like that. You know what I
That'd
mean?
be wild.
You could
But
do
that's like Hawkeye was already technically, like a villain, like it with the
Yeah,
Ronin,
Ronin.
during the 5 years, which
Yeah.
I will always
But see, I don't think
say that should have been a
everyone, but
movie. We should have
that
got a
would have been
Ronin movie
sick. But
set
that
in
should have
those
been the
5
Hawkeye
years.
TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have been set in those years, and then you can introduce Kate Bishop later on. Like,
Yeah.
she was great, but like I wanted to see Ronin.
I
Yeah.
agree. I 100% agree. But I mean, back to RDJ, I think it's an interesting call. It seems a little bit desperate, but ultimately, let him cook, man. RDJ is goated. Let him
Yeah.
cook. But
I think it's going to be
just
a
don't
lot.
want it to I don't want it to discredit Doctor Doom as a character, and I don't want it to tarnish his Iron Man legacy.
Right.
I think it's important the way the Russos brought him out by saying like this is the one man that can play Doom. Like I don't think they just said that to get the audience hyped, in the moment. I think they said that like for a reason.
Yeah, they said Victor Von Doom. They called him by name, so it's like,
yeah, this is the one man to play Victor. Yeah.
Which am I excited to see what they're gonna do with RDJ? Absolutely. Do I hope he's our actual Doom? No, absolutely not.
Well,
But another
I
thing
don't
I
even
thought
think
about,
that it's possible. Like
Yeah.
from 616.
But another thing I was thinking about that like makes me not be not care too much either is like Doom's a masked villain.
Yeah,
So,
I
like-
But
mean,
you get somebody like RDJ.
you gotta show their face.
For
gotta
sure,
have
for sure. But
got to.
like,
And,
I mean,
like-
hopefully not. Like, I
Well,
want
that's part of Doom's
Doom.
thing
I
in
want.
Secret Wars. Like he fixes himself so he can take his mask off.
Yeah, no, for sure he can, but like he just still is. He's a masked character, so hopefully, at least ideally, he's masked for the majority of the time he's on screen. Yeah, take it off, whatever. But like when he's fighting, he's masked. So it's still just kind of going to be Doctor Doom and some more of a voice role and a body
That's
acting
fair.
role.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's whether they do that or not. It's
if they
Who knows?
do get him to take his mask off for whatever reason, which I'm sure they will, whether it be more than just a voice role, I'm so anxious about Tom Holland Spider-Man seeing him, bro.
I know.
Surely
bro.
that
that'd
has to
be
be addressed.
crazy.
That has to be addressed. There's
that
no
would
way
just
they
that it
let
reminds me
slide.
so much about like it'd be similar vibes, except for that like it's a villain, but to like Flash TV show when
Yeah,
Jay was his dad.
Yeah, bro.
Or even like yeah. That would be kind of like similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even
Because
think about
it's just
that.
like, oh, what the fuck, and then you like
Yeah.
can't yeah. But it just made me think of that when people were talking about it. But yeah, that would be crazy. And if they're doing Secret Wars, I really hope they give him the freaking symbiote suit because it's a shame we've had a bajillion Spider-Man movies and only one
like,
symbiote suit.
Yeah.
I
they
also
have
think
to.
it's unreasonable, people complaining about like, oh, like it's Robert Downey Jr. He's gonna look just like Iron Man. Yeah, but like variants differ. Like look at to literally just take Human Torch, right? You have Chris Evans, Michael B. Jordan, and Joseph Quinn. None of those three guys look anything alike to each other at all. You got Toby, Andrew, and Tom.
Yeah.
None of them resemble each other at all, and they all play Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's the difference with like DC and Marvel in live action, kind of. Most Batman actors at least resemble each other a little bit. Same with Superman. Every Superman actor resembles the other one in some way.
Reeve and Brandon Routh are identical, bro.
Exactly.
Dude,
and David Cornsweet does
Yeah.
look like Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
And kind of Tom Welling too. So like that's a good thing though, and people like to go on the internet and hate on it.
Yeah.
I do get, RDJ is not. I'm blanking.
Romani.
Romani, yeah,
Mm,
Romani,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
like I
agree with
get
that
that.
because that's a big part of his backstory and stuff. But hey,
Right.
let's just see what they do. Let's let them
Right.
cook. Let's let them
Yeah.
cook, everybody.
Yeah.
But also they announced him for Avengers Doomsday.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know what
That's how they announced Avengers Secret Wars. They showed a trailer for Fantastic Four, which looked sick.
incredible.
I'm hyped.
Oh,
I have a little bit of a theory.
Apparently, none of that footage is for the movie. It was
Yeah, it was
specifically
all trailer
shot
footage.
and filmed for Comic-Con only. Like
Interesting.
it's weird.
Interesting. Well, then that might play a part into this, but or like make it not as. But I had a little bit of a theory when I started thinking about all the SDS or SDCC news. What if RDJ's Doom is from this Fantastic Four universe? That's my assumption. That's my
That's
assumption
what I
because
assume as
I'm
well.
I'm kind of going
assuming
with that too.
I'm assuming that this Fantastic Four movie, yeah, they're from a different universe, and then at the end of it,
They come
something's
to-
happening to their universe, probably an incursion, is my assumption. And they need to go to 616 or whatever. They need to find someone else, 616, to help. In doing so, Doom comes with them, right?
Yeah.
And now that's how Doom is going to end up being, or RDJ Doom is going to end up being in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
And then I think though, or what I was thinking is and then that could lead straight into Secret Wars with the incursion. But what I hope they do, what happens is at the end of Fantastic Four, it's not an incursion that causes them to come and call for help. It's Galactus,
That's
and they
supposed to
need
be.
help. They need help for Galactus. And when they go, Doctor Doom comes with us and stuff. And then I hope Avengers Doomsday takes place, or like not Avengers Doomsday, but like we get some massive Avengers Fantastic Four Galactus battle in that futuristic past universe, like in that landscape, in that setting. That would be so sick.
That would be fire. But so like what's supposed to happen is Galactus is supposed to destroy their world, right?
Mhm.
And we don't know how them and Doom are supposed to escape yet, whether it's, whatever it's going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be the TVA shit because of Doctor Strange. It said that like Reed Richards basically developed it. So like yeah. Anyways, that's how they'll probably get out of there. Don't think they're going to end up in the MCU though. I think they're going to end up in the TVA. And in doing so, you're going to give Doom the opportunity to basically be pretty close to Loki and potentially allow him to take his power leading into Avengers Doomsday, where they go to the sacred timeline to break it. So all of the multiverse breaks loose, causing Secret Wars, which is basically explained in Loki. It's just they were setting it up with Kang instead of Doom. But now it's going to be Doom that does it instead of all the Kangs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Secret Wars, we're all assuming it's definitely going to be the Hickman version, right? Or at least
I think
probably
it's
their
gonna
own
pull-
version, but then like
A little
mainly
bit
inspired
of
off that.
mix.
Yeah,
Mainly-
it's gonna pull aspects from the original. And
Right.
And if
but-
it's gonna be if it's gonna be like the overall premise though of two final Earths, like universes battling to be the main one, what Earth do you think that'll be?
It should be 838 and the main MCU because of Deadpool, I think it's going to be Deadpool's universe, which will be considered the Fox universe and the MCU
versus the MCU. Yeah, because I'm like, we don't have an Ultimate, we don't have a 1610,
right?
Yeah.
But I think that's why
unless you kind of want to
838 kinda
consider
works.
838 the 1610. Yeah, exactly. Or you could consider
It basically wherever Monica ended up is going to be the other Earth. When nobody knows where that is.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the Deadpool universe.
Yeah.
See, I am now after Deadpool, but at first I thought it was 838.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, I don't even freaking know.
All I know is Peter has to get the symbiote in Secret Wars. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Peter Poole?
Peter Poole, absolutely. Yes, Peter
I
Poole.
saw something that I saw a comment on a TikTok somewhere. Do you guys think? I don't think so, but it got me thinking. Someone commented on like a Peter Poole edit on TikTok or something and said they all were talking about Peter Parker when they said every Deadpool has a Peter. They were talking about Peter
Huh.
Parker.
I didn't even think of
But
that.
I was like, they could have also just been talking about this random Peter. But like,
I mean, call you
and
Mr.
also,
Fantastic, because that's some
I saw
shit.
it-
No,
Okay,
I'm kidding.
that's actually interesting because
yeah,
Yeah.
that would work in the sense that like
Oh, absolutely.
the Deadpool we watched wasn't allowed to have Spider-Man, so they just brought this random ass dude named
Peter.
Peter.
exactly.
Huh.
That's actually
I
kind
don't
of
know
cool
yet.
theory. I like that.
Either way, it's cool. But then I also saw some people were kind of saying that Peter Pool is like the MCU's version of Bob.
False, because Bob existed in the first Deadpool movie.
He did?
Yeah, he's
As a
in
Bob?
there when Wade is getting his experiments.
Oh, he's in there?
Bob, yeah,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
when they fight on the helicarrier looking thing again, Bob's
Yeah.
one of the agents, and they have a little combo. He's like,
Yeah.
Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I
okay,
didn't
so then-
realize until I watched it the other day, and I was like, dude, that's literally Hydra Bob.
So then what if Peter Pool is Spider-Man in the Fox universe? Because there is no Spider-Man in the Fox universe.
Can we all agree Spider-Man is probably the Marvel Universe's anchor
being? I would
which
assume
is
so.
also the stupidest
Yeah,
thing
but
they've introduced.
I kind of think that anchor being, I think people are kind of like forgetting that dude was lying. I think he was lying. Like he wasn't supposed to be doing any of that. So I think that was just his made up reason for why he's doing it. But in reality,
Well,
he just wanted to
But
purge the
then why was
universe.
Deadpool's timeline dying?
I don't think it was. That's the point. I don't think it was. I think that dude was. I think he wanted to. He was going to kill it himself. He wanted to do it
That's
himself.
right, because he
And
was
then-
talking about being the whatever you want to call it killer. I think bro just
yeah,
wanted
exactly.
to kill
Right.
off
And so I think
universes
that was
because-
his fake reason to make people believe that that's why the universe is dying.
because
Otherwise, exactly like because let's be real, the MCU anchor being would have been Iron Man.
fact.
And he's
Right,
dead.
exactly.
So
Yeah, he's
unless
dead.
that leads into Secret
see-
Wars with like that's causes an incursion or some shit like that. But
I
I
watched
think
an interview
my
with
perspective,
Kevin
I think that
Feige.
dude's lying. I think Paradox
So
or whatever.
you
was
guys
lying.
know, I think his name's Brad. He like collects the hot toys. He works for Comic Book, and he like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
interviews all the celebrities
talking
Okay,
of
yeah,
Marvel.
yeah.
So he did one with Kevin Feige, and he asked him, who is the anchor being of, the main timeline after Deadpool and Wolverine. And Kevin Feige literally just goes, "I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad you noticed that." And he doesn't
Interesting.
really go
So then
on
maybe it
about
is as a, but because also though I'm like, dude, everyone dies. What are you talking
Exactly,
about?
that's
An
my
anchor
thing.
being? You
Like,
can't, so
it's
that means
kinda
just
dumb.
there's this one. Like what about Logan before he was born?
Like, see, and that's the thing. Like,
you know what I mean?
Logan,
Who was the anchor being
people,
before he was born?
people that live forever or like long time, like Scarlet Witch or Thor makes sense for the MCU.
Yeah, exactly. But
Like
Logan
in a way,
was born and died.
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
That means like there was a bajillion years of Earth, like in that universe before you were born.
in my
so
opinion,
it
that
doesn't make sense to me.
means
I think he was
to
lying. I think
me-
he was a bunch of hunk of baloney.
if it is true, to me, that means that you're supposed to view these movies as comic books, as a sense to like, you can start it whenever, like this story starts with Wolverine. So like nothing before that really matters, whoever the anchor being was or what happened before all that.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's my take. I think,
I agree though.
No,
they are
dude,
stupid.
yeah, I
if
think
we-
it's a
if we
lie.
aren't-
I think that dude was lying.
If
think
anchor
it's-
beings aren't like an actual thing, I do think that Spider-Man is the most important character in the MCU going forward. Like I think
Probably, yeah. 'Cause I
think
mean, he's definitely the most important, just like Marvel character in comics and in
Well, I'm just
history.
talking about
So-
for where the MCU's at this point.
I think it's Doctor Strange. And here's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
So we learn in Multiverse of Madness that Tony didn't have to die, right? Like
Right.
Doctor Strange did it on that earth. That was the whole point of that movie. So why did Doctor Strange make Tony do it? And like I think seeing Doom and like having art, like I think that's gonna tie into I think that's gonna tie into Doctor Strange's story in the sense that when he sees that, he's gonna like freak out in a way.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it.
Kind of maybe similar to how Thanos and Tony like knew of each other and then they battled. Maybe like Doom knows who Strange is and like Strange is gonna recognize Doom's face.
Yeah. But all this Doom and Strange talk, we got to talk Blood Hunt. It's just like I'm like, bro, I
Dude.
gotta say, we gotta talk
Facts.
Blood Hunt. One of the
Facts.
only I've only read 2 books this week, but Blood Hunt finale. Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning.
Doctor
ahead.
Doom is the Sorcerer Supreme now.
Yeah.
and it's official. He's
like he's not getting rid of that shit.
at least for
No.
the time, for
At
the
least for a
foreseeable
while.
future.
Yeah.
For a while, he
Foreseeable
ain't getting rid of
future.
that shit.
But yeah, what'd y'all think about the Blood Hunt finale? I overall I liked it. I think it could have maybe the fight scene tad bit
Event
rushed, but overall I
Yeah.
liked it. Overall,
Event
I
was
dug it.
slow. I don't
The
know
event-
what it was, but the break between 4 and issue 5 just seemed so long to me.
Yeah.
So like
Very,
I
yeah.
low key had to remember and kind of go back to issue 4
I
to
reread
read issue 5.
issues. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it was good, but I don't get why like Doctor Doom was the one person that had the solution. Like I don't get that, you
Well,
know,
I
like
think Doctor Strange saying earlier, I think it's very possible. I think that could have been his plan all along. Like he could have
he did
set
it
that
all.
in motion. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, that's true because they did just retreat
Yeah.
after he did that spell. So,
but also, I don't know. But one of my main takeaways is, so is like Miles and like Black Panther, are they just vampires now?
yeah,
They're
yeah,
just
they
vampires?
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm getting back on Miles' run
Yeah,
because
I
I
got
was
it.
reading
I
it, but
now.
yeah,
I kind of want to
Yeah.
now. It's like,
because I guess
'Cause, like,
he's
he's
just a
not
freaking
like
vampire
a-
now, and Black Panther too, right?
yeah.
yeah, but like they can control it now because
And-
like they can be
and-
in the sun.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's
What was up
weird.
with that? Dracula can be in the sun now.
Yeah.
That's
And I think he had a play in whatever's going on there.
He
Because
definitely
like
did.
he is being sus about them being able to be in the sun now.
yeah.
Mhm.
He was
I think, like-
the world owed us a favor. I was like, the fuck does that supposed to mean, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. But
I think
we
that
need that
there's
new
a lot
Blade run
left
ASAP.
to be. There's a lot more than we're not seeing here as far as the future goes. I think. I'm
Well, yeah, because vampires can be anywhere now around
that's
the
what I'm
world.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I think that I'm
Like
not
even
I'm not,
ones we've never seen in
Yeah.
the Marvel universe could come out from under anywhere that they've
See,
lived,
I don't know.
you
I kind of was under the impression that it was kind of like just them.
Well, all those people got turned into vampires though. So
Well,
like,
I know, but they're the only ones that can like walk in the sun.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like regular.
we're
like,
forgetting somebody else who
regular-
got bit. What happened to Doctor Strange?
Well, see, I have no idea what happened to him. Doom, like, what did Doom
Yeah.
do? It looked like he like
He, like-
absorbed his ass.
He, like, brushed him away, bro.
Yeah, he like fizzled out. So I'm not sure. Maybe
But-
he'll turn into a vampire too.
See, and I just don't see Doom giving up this power because it's about the closest thing he's getting again to being like who he was in Secret Wars.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's freaking sorcerer
He's not. He
supreme.
ain't giving it up, bro. Trust.
At least for a
He ain't.
minute. I mean, they got
Yeah.
that like we were talking about, Stu. We saw that run that's coming out with Doom, later this year where he's
Dude, it's
gonna be
tying into
the
Amazing
sorcerer.
Spider-Man too. Like there's a whole
The
issue
new-
where he's
the
going
new one or like
where,
the Joe
yeah,
Kelly
the
run?
new one. The new one. The new run.
There we go. That could add that to the most anticipated list. I'm just excited to have a non-self.
To have a different writer. Yeah,
ASM,
I think he's
yeah.
only on for like
Thank
8
goodness.
issues though or something.
Yeah, but then I mean, then we get another creative team. I'm down.
Which that'll be like next year. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down.
Tom Taylor,
Please.
get over there. I
That
love
would-
his Spider-Man
that would be
run.
sick.
It was amazing.
That'd be sick.
No pun intended. Sorry.
It was friendly.
It was friendly.
It was friendly.
It was friendly.
And then the only other book I read this week was Task Force 7, Absolute
Fantastic.
Power Task
Dude.
Force 7-3.
Fantastic.
The best.
One of the
written
best
issue.
tie-ins in like
Absolutely.
DC events in a while. It was
Absolutely.
really good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it a lot.
The way
Yeah,
the
the way
JSA characters were written was awesome.
agreed, and
They-
the way the Amazo was like
Yes.
introduced to choice and will
Yes.
and free will and
For real.
stuff. And the way that was written was super cool, and the way Alan Scott like chooses to go with him, and at the end
Yeah.
he was like, "Learn." That was
Well,
dope.
Yeah, where do you think they went? It kind
I'm
of
not
sucks
sure.
that like Alan's run didn't get turned into like an ongoing where it kind of like
Yeah.
explores that
Yeah.
too or something.
But so my thing is too, I'm like, yo, kill Amanda, bro. The Amazo is like was he was
Yeah.
about to operate. He was like, kill her. He's like, not this time, not this time.
Yeah.
At first, when the other voice popped into his head, I didn't like register that it was like the ring basically talking to him. Like I
Yeah,
thought
me
somebody was
neither.
hacking him.
Me
Like, I was
neither.
like,
But
what
then
the
also, but
fuck?
also I think like they've showed in the previous issues that like it seems as if the Amazos are not only absorbing just their powers, but a little bit of their like morals and personality and
they're
stuff like
being
that.
Even their
Um,
weaknesses, right?
so
Like I would assume.
probably, yeah. But it was a great issue. I can't wait for Absolute Power next week.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the next task force, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I
Nightwing
was
versus
talking-
Yeah, at the
Hail
very end,
Save,
Nightwing
bro.
versus
Dude.
Failsafe is crazy.
Woo.
Here's
That's
my
gonna
thing.
be
It's like,
so
bro, we already
gas.
saw that. You got your ass whooped. What you gonna do this time?
Yeah,
He's
dude,
got the
that's-
Zer thing now.
True, but think, bro, when Failsafe pulled up,
Well,
like when he first pulled up, dude, he whooped
Yeah.
everyone. He straight whooped everyone. Superman,
Yeah.
Batman, everyone got it, bro. He just straight whooped everyone.
Yeah.
we really haven't seen him since he came back either, like to life.
Exactly. In all
basically.
reality,
Yeah.
he was whooping Batman. He was just whooping everyone until Batman like made him think he killed someone to self-destruct.
I know
Yeah.
Nightwing's
He
got
never
like
lost, really.
a team, but I don't remember who's on it. I know
City
Cassandra
Boy.
Cain's on it.
City boy.
It's like the Bat Family and the Bat or the Bat Family and the Outsiders, basically, like members of each.
If City Boy don't show up in this show, I'm gonna be hurt, bro. He's either in Metropolis or Bloodhaven. I think he's in Metropolis, right?
I think he's in Metropolis.
He's
But
in one of
if
the
I
others, but I think he
remember
lives
right, he
in
walked into
Metropolis,
a
but he went to Bloodhaven.
forest at the
Well,
end of the
yeah,
run.
that was like when he was running away from the city because he was trying to get away from the city and stuff like that. But then he ran into Swamp Thing.
Well, if he's in Metropolis, then he's probably already taken, right? Because like Power Girl's taken, John Kent, the whole super.
Yeah, but they never. I don't
taken.
think they ever showed him or anything like that. I don't know where.
Well, they
he's
definitely
at,
have
man.
him. But
Maybe
dude, like
Darkseid got his ass.
in the
It's possible. I mean, Darkseid might have got his ass. Yeah.
Would be.
Could you imagine
wild.
when if Darkseid pulls up at the end of Absolute or whatever, and then like City Boy's just like next, like with him, like as one of his squad, dude? That'd be crazy.
Okay, City Boy's a metahuman, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Was that confirmed?
like, what do you mean by like he got superpowers?
Could he be a new god? I just don't remember if it was confirmed in his book that he was a metahuman. I don't remember.
I mean, I think so because he was
Okay.
Because
Because I mean,
'cause
his powers are talking
very-
to cities.
yeah, but his powers are like, I just look at it pretty much as the equivalent to the green, but for cities instead of plant life. And but it extends so much. But also, I mean, his powers go even further than that to an extent because he can like
dude, he would
make
be
the
the
avatars
ultimate
and shit,
weapon.
you know what I mean?
Imagine he was operating War World.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's a whole city. You
That
can turn
would
Warworld
be
into an avatar. You know what I mean?
Wild.
Because remember, it's not even like just like cities as we think of it, like concrete downtowns. It's
Yeah,
like,
bro.
remember he turned the motherfucking anthill into an
Mhm.
avatar. Like he could control the anthill because that was a city. And so I think he's got crazy powers. I think we're only seeing the beginning of it. I mean, yeah, I think this dude could like, I mean, he could turn a freaking building into a dragon. Like this
I
dude
think
could.
that's why they're not using him, bro. So absolute power would be over. if he was
Yeah,
there.
dude, he's so. It's like, oh, these meso like, cause and he can locate anyone in anything. You know what I mean? Because remember at
Yeah,
the beginning, he was like,
right.
oh, there's those like headphones sitting under that bench over there on the other like 17 blocks away. Let me go grab those so I can sell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just like he can locate anything. He knows where anyone, anything. If it's in the city, he knows where it is. He knows what he can like feel it all. He can see it all. He can control it all. So I think he's super OP. They said he's gonna usher in the new apocalypse to Earth. I could totally see him showing up with Darkseid. That would be crazy.
Dude, that would be wild. Especially with like what we know about Darkseid starting the new Absolute Universe.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. What if? Nah, there's just no way. I'm just glazing my boy City Boy. But like, what if dude straight up makes the new universe?
That'd be crazy.
Hey, bro, who knows the extent of his powers?
I still think the new world is gonna somehow be the key to anti-life. Because that's all Darkseid ever wants. Is the anti-life equation.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the key.
I could tell. I mean, I could see that. But what else? What else we want to talk about? I feel like that's about
I don't
it.
know. I think that's it. Yeah.
I think it is. I don't really know. There's a lot of books coming out this week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, 2 John Tyler Christopher negative space variants. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what he's on.
Let's do a quick little look at what's
Batman,
coming out.
151.
Yep.
I'm hyped.
Absolute Power 2.
Yeah. I still think
Ooh.
that's Cyborg on the cover.
Any key collectors out there, potential key, pick Avengers 17. It's going to be Storm on the Avengers for the first
Yep.
time. So definitely look out for that one. The Power Fantasy #1. That looks dope.
Yeah, I'm picking that up.
Yeah, that looks really dope. New Spider-Man book. Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood.
Facts. I'm hyped for that one. That's gonna be
I was
dope.
gonna pick it
J.M.
up, but
DeMatteis. And the creative team makes me want to pick it up because it's J.M. DeMatteis and Elena Casagrande or whatever. She was the main artist for Blade. And
I've liked all the
then
Black, White, and Blood books too. They've been cool. So
another X-Men from the Ashes book, Uncanny X-Men #1.
yes.
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 The most anticipated for me for
It's gotta
all
be
the new
good,
X-Men
bruh.
books.
It's
I'm
gotta
super
be
hyped.
good.
Venom War #1, Ultimate Black Panther #7, Scarlet #3. Lot of good stuff. I might pick Blue Beetle 11.
Yeah.
It's official ending, man. That sucks.
I haven't read any Blue
Hopefully-
Beetles, so
Hopefully it ties into Absolute Power because he needs to show up.
Dude,
Because
for
that
real.
dude is literally a walking weapon and he's not there, bro.
Bro, and
He's not there.
because it's not like it's like the alien or what is it? Alien is a magic, whatever, but it's not his power. So and it's like
I don't think it
extremely
can be taken.
I was gonna say I highly doubt.
I don't think it can. I think he
Because
I
that
think
would
he's
be
gonna
you
one of
wouldn't
the
be
keys.
taking the powers from Jaime, you'd be taking the powers from Kajida.
yeah.
And I don't think that's possible. Kajida gonna
I don't
whoop
think
your
it is.
ass, bro.
But like that's the thing, is like it's kind of
And
confusing
we
on when
need
his
the
run
what
is
happened
set.
to the Blood Scarab.
Yeah, facts.
Shit was so cold, bro. And
we're
Pinnacle.
probably not gonna get it in the finale, which
I
sucks.
know, dude.
It's
But
probably gonna be a thing that's in a different movie
Yeah.
to book later on.
Yeah.
I just hope that creative team can continue eventually. But whatever. A lot of heat coming out next week.
Yeah,
That it.
That's
that's
it.
it.
Boom. Per usual, thanks for tuning in and watching this week's episode. Always check that description. Join the Discord if you want to have some fun. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, and make sure you come back next week for a new episode.
Noah pressure's on for an outro.
Okay.
What you gonna do?
Thank y'all for watching. Tune into the next episode. Never forget, nerd on.
And nerd
Nerd
out.
out.
Let's go.
Let's go.